just like brand used, baby. Well, they're mowing and weed eating again. I don't know, I can't find a time. You can't even do it at night. People mow and weed eat around here. It's just crazy. I wouldn't say they're the best, but they're better than this.
Hey, darling, we'll be back to pick you up later.
Well, there you have it. Plush. It is really nice. Welcome to RCindustry. Well, hey, it's Rick here, and yeah, we probably need to press on with the Dodge. However, I'm running out of time. The No Name Nationals is a priority, but the first thing we got to go to is Power Tour. So there's some things to this I want to get done before we go on Power Tour. One is I'd like to change the oil because it's almost 3,000 miles on it. You know, we made that trip to Kansas and back, Arkansas City, Kansas, to be exact. But so we made that trip and back, and plus this is my daily driver now, the old Blue Brown. So we're gonna have to get some stuff done. Tomorrow I take it and get the new windshield put in it, because if you remember from a previous video, when we were driving down the road to a car show, a rock flew off of a grain truck and smacked the windshield and busted it. So they've got the new windshield in, so I have to take it down there tomorrow, and they're going to put that in. Some things I'd like to get done to this is I'd like to get the camper shell, the sides of it painted back white, and maybe fix the lights along the side so that they come on at night. That'd be kind of cool. I got a reverse light out on this, which hopefully isn't a big deal. I'm hoping that's just a bulb. We also need to, what else is there? There's something else major. Oh, let me take you inside the cab. I'd like to show you a few things. I know you all know about my homemade door panel here with some leather, and it's been working out. Vice grips on it to roll it up and down and everything. And if you remember correctly, and watched the video when I went down to Empire of Rust, we wheeled and dealed, and I got some good used door panels for this. I wouldn't say they're the best, but they're better than this. That one's not too bad on that side. I think I can use some of the parts off of this one. Oops, my finger got in the way. Parts off of this one, but here we may have to make some parts. I don't know yet, but and then the other thing is, if you remember, I need a new headliner, and I've got that mink blanket that looks like an American flag and some stuff like that, and I want to glue that up on that headliner. So I think what we're going to do, I think what we're going to do is pull this headliner down out of here today and get it over on a sawhorse and see if we can't glue something to it. Show you more. All right, let's see if we can get some of this down out of here. There we go. Still got my time slips on there from the No Name Nationals. All right, so there's that. Let's move over to the other side. Well, good thing is the mowing has quit in the neighborhood. The bad thing is it's getting ready to thunderstorm. That's all we've had this year. Thunderstorm. But I finally got it out of there. So we'll have to clean all that up, kind of. Not really, but we'll clean it up a little bit. But for now, we got to get everything up out of the way and get stuff put up because it's going to rain. Okay, so we got that headliner laid out. And you know how that styrofoam stuff is. All of that stuff lets go and falls down, and I'm sure that's what happened to this one through the years. So we've got all these things here. I'm going to try to clean these up best we can. So there's those. Yeah, this one here, like I said, this one's got the time slips on it from the No Name Nationals last year. Still in the truck. And yeah, here's what I wasn't sure if this had the perforated holes in it or if it was just a cloth, but this was a cloth covered one. So that's what it looked like before it all got cut down. And then, of course, we got to get these cleaned up, like I said. And all of this has still got it glued on here, so we got to clean all this up. I may put a coat on that stuff too. So, yeah, this is the one in the back, and it's the same way. All that stuff is on there. So, let me get this stuff here all kind of pulled off, everything that's loose, best we can. I don't want to tear it all up, but then we're going to try to take some of this stuff here, spray this down, and glue that new piece on there. So, all right, show you more. Okay, so we want to get orientated correctly. So this is driver's side. So we want the union in the driver's corner. I mean, this isn't a real flag, but you know, it still ought to be somewhat close, I think. And of course, it's got a big eagle on this side. I think you kind of get the idea there. Now, not only am I going to try to glue this down with this, or attempt to, once we get it trimmed up around here and the holes cut in it for the sun visors, and then we're going to take these little doodads here, these are for like doing upholstery work, and we're going to poke those through there, and they bend to help hold this up, because I know that it's not going to stick real well probably. So we'll try to, you know, put pins, you know, and do some tuck and point with it, or whatever you call that. So anyway, I know I'm just, hey, is this a prettier side? Oops. Which side looks better? Actually, this side is darker colored, but the flag would be the wrong direction. That's a nicer looking side, isn't it? But then the eagle's going to be over. I guess it doesn't matter. It's not a real flag anyway. I think that looks nicer. What do you guys think? All right, we're going to give her a shot here. Let's see what we got. Show you more. Oops, that stuff's nasty coming out of there. All right. Now you guys can probably tell me that I'm messing up here some way, but by the time you see this, I'll have already either did it or figured it out. But please feel free to comment. That stuff's sticking pretty good because I got a little wrinkle in it there. Well, I don't think that looks too bad, guys. All right, let me spray this other side, and then we'll attempt to put some of these in and trim this all up. And yeah, all right, show you more. Oh well, life in the fast lane. cutting this stuff right up here along the edge where the factory was. And there's some little places like this where the bolts and the little clips and everything go in, so we want to make sure that we trim those out. And get you some good scissors. I mean, I scored at a yard sale last year and got a whole bunch of scissors. And these things are pretty good. I don't know that much about scissors, but these ones are at least sharp. Probably till I go cutting fiberglass with them or something. Anyway, they're sharp right now. Okay, so that's all laid in there. Looks pretty good. It seems like it's tacked up pretty good. So I want to put these in here because I know it'll probably fall. And you might say, why are you spending your time on lunch? Well, I tell you what, in old Blue Brown here, when you're riding down the road with the windows down, you're breathing all that old dust and fiberglass particles off of this old thing. And so, yeah, I just didn't want to do that. And it's painted blue up underneath there, but it don't look very good. So let's see. So everywhere there's a little contour, so we want to put one there for sure, probably there and there, and then probably here and here. So how many we got left? So we should probably put one there, there, and there, and there, there, and there. So we'll try to evenly space those out. I'm hoping this is sharp enough to actually go through that. So we're going to find out right now. Oh yeah, there we go. Let's see what I have to turn this a little bit here. Let's see if we put one over here. And then we'll put one over here. Like that. And let's come over here and put one here. And here. And one here. Okay. So once we get on the back side, we'll kind of hold that up and bend these over. Like I said, I've used this on upholstery. Like on a seat or something, but I've never tried to do it on this. But they usually hold pretty good. Definitely stiff, for sure. Oh. One like so, and over there to do this one. There. Let's see what that looks like. I don't think that looks too bad. Let's try to match these up over here in about the same location. I'm not as worried about this area because the sun visor will be tucked up in there, so I don't think that's that big a deal for that one. And then the trim should hold all of this good and taut. And then we've got the light, which doesn't work, but I think I just realized it didn't have a bulb in it, so I don't know if it really works or not. But, yeah. So let me get these others in, and I'll show you more. Okay, well, there we are. That looks pretty nice to me. You know, that's going to be up above your head, so. You know, like I said, I wanted the union over on the driver's side, but the back side of this was pretty faded, so. What I do want to do is I'm going to save all these scraps because when we start on the door panels, I know that I may need some sort of insert on that one because I don't have none of the door panels are the same, and I need to try to make them look sort of the same. So maybe we can tie in some of this, you know, into the sides of the door panels, in between the chrome or whatever. I don't know, but I'm not going to throw it away just yet. Anyway, I want to be sure and thanks Ben from OBS Ministries. He's the one that gave me this, and so thanks. Okay, so I'm going to take some sandpaper here and move some of this junk out of the way. That's a piece of that stuff. And we're just going to kind of lightly stuff up these pieces like that a little bit, just to knock off the old junk. Not going to get too carried away with it. And then we're going to spray these with some of that interior dye I bought. Bought that last fall when I was going to try to do something with this, and it never happened. So, all right, let me get these cleaned up and I'll show you more. Okay, well, we've been putting some paint on here. Got a couple of coats on this. I think they look real good. That one actually might have got a fly in it or a bug. You know how it is. Precision painting here. Alright, let's let that dry and clean the tip out there a little bit. Because this is some expensive paint here. So. Alright, show you more. Okay, I think that's all we're going to have time for today. We'll have to get back on it tomorrow if we can. She's just now starting to sprinkle. That thunder is rolling in. And these have got to dry anyway before we can put that back in there. So let's just come back tomorrow. Show you more. Good morning, it's Rick here, and today you can see we got the old Chevy here, and we're going to get a windshield put in it. I don't know that they'll let us film any of that, but you remember the other day when we were on the road, we got smacked by a rock right there. And that crack's already clear up to here. So anyway, yeah, they're going to put a new windshield in for us. So I'll show you more. Okay, well, it's been a couple of days that got the windshield put in. There was no issues there, but I got called away that morning, and yeah, it just now got back. This is yeah. So, but we got the windshield put in, or the windscreen, as some of you call, depending on where you live in the world. So anyway, yeah, we're in. It looks nice. No more stickers on it. But that's cool because we can get a 2025, sticker to put up there for the power tour. So anyway, I guess what we're going to do, I've got that headliner. Let's get that headliner put back in, and we need to start working on these door panels. So show you more. See if we can get this in here. I know the winds are blowing, so you'll just have to bear with it. It's about the only thing I can say. Let's see if we can get this up on the other side of that. That would be a good start. We gotta get it underneath this piece. Ouch. See if we can get it up over that mirror there. We can get this back up in here a little more than what it's supposed to be, or a little more like it's supposed to be, I should say. Now, the first thing we got to do is get this back on the back side of this. That'd be exciting. And these little dukers here has got to go up in here yet. Haven't put one of these headliners in about 30 years, maybe more than that. I'm not sure which one of these is back and which front. They're almost the same shape. White, I think that's the right one. Let's see if we can get this up in here. Other side. Looks better if you got the right side. Now I'm not tightening any of these screws down until we get them all kind of in here. So let me press on with that and I'll show you more. Well, there you have it. Plush. It is really nice. Follows the contour. You know how them Chevys have got those contours. And there's the old eagle eye right there. So put the old sun visors down like that. That one's, sorry about that. That one's kind of broken. The plastic over there is broke. So, yeah, well, it is what it is. But I think it looks pretty nice. All right, let's see what we can do about these. Well, hey, sorry for the interruption in today's video, but I wanted to take this short opportunity to let you know about Shop RCindustry. Yes, you can go to Shop RCindustry and you can get you this trucker's hat. Order online today. We also have shirts, white, gray, and black. And wintertime is coming, so get you a hoodie. We appreciate any purchase you make on Shop RCindustry. You can go to the About section in your phone, scroll down to the very bottom and click on that tab and it'll take you right there. All the proceeds are going back into the builds here at RCindustry. Here at RCindustry, we're making it just like brand used, baby. And now, back to your regularly scheduled video. Okay, well, we're back here today. Excuse me. We got to pull this door panel off. It's going to take 3 of these door panels to make 2 good ones. And even then, I'm short one of these. But I ordered one off of eBay. So it's supposed to be here in a couple days. So we'll see. Yeah, they wanted $100 for a color matched one, like through Summit and some of those other places like that, LMC, and then I could get a hard plastic one through Summit for $40 with the shipping, and I found a red one that I could dye blue on eBay with shipping for $30, so that's what I went with. So anyway, we'll see when it gets here. I can't find my tool that slides in here, so I'm going to try to get this down in here and manipulate that around, maybe. Or maybe not. I may have to take this little screwdriver here. And let's see if we can pop that off. Got a hold of it. If I can get it off there, it's off there. That's that little duper. You got to pop that thing off. Put that down there. That should come off of there. Except for it's not wanting to, is it? Boy, aren't the birds noisy today? Better than lawnmowers, though. Did you notice there's no lawnmowers running today? That's new. There we go. Yeah, this was pretty chewed up, so anyway, that's about the best we can do with that, I think. I do want to pop this little clip back on here because those get lost so easily. Get it back in there. Just like that. That way that don't get lost. And when you go to put it on there, that little thing will expand out and snap in there. Okay, well you can see I got the old door panels out. And you know, here's the armrest on the other side and there's the window crank. So we're going to get rid of this one, hopefully totally. We're going to get the other pieces and parts that we looked at in another video over here on the table. And we're going to start seeing, you know, what we can swap out and make the best out of, you know, 3 wrong panels. How's that? I don't know how else to say it. Okay, so what we got here is basically a lot of parts for the passenger side. And these are pretty good shape here. The wrong color, I'm not worried about that. We're going to paint them. But they do have the holes in them for someone who's put speakers in there. I only have 1 speaker grill. If I had 2, I would just bolt those back on there. And this side, these inner pieces like this, they're all different for left and right. So this left side, or the driver's side, in order to, if you flip this around, it'll fit down in there, but it won't match up here or here. So in order for that to fit down in there, this is going to have to be trimmed off. So I'm going to do that, and that'll make that fit. And then this piece, it needs to be offset here because this is for this side. So when you put it over here, and we have to drill a hole here for the mount. So I'm going to cut that out, and I'm going to drill a hole here for that, and that'll take care of that. Then I think what I'm going to do here, since they've already got some holes screwed in them, I'm going to cut this license plate in half. Dave, my buddy Dave, was kind enough to give me a bunch of old license plates, so we're going to stick that back, and that'll shine through on this back side here, like this, and we'll run some screws in there to hold that, and then we'll just paint the whole thing. So it'll be like a block-off plate. And this, if I cut this in half, it should do just both sides of that. So, and of course we're missing one of these yet. I'll probably put it on this side to start with until it comes in, and then we'll have to paint it because, like I said, it's a red one that I bought. This one's not in real great shape, but it still works. So, yeah, and then we'll paint these all up too. I got the right kind of paint for that. Now this one is probably off of instead of a Cheyenne, it's probably off of a Bonanza or let's see, 77. It probably would have been Silverado. Anyway, it would have had the door pull, you know, to pull the door shut, but I don't have that. So I guess we're just going to have to leave that exposed. I don't have any good idea for that. And then this one, for the driver's side, should fit right in there, like so, once that's cut. Once these pieces are cut where that sits down in there. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get busy and cut this up, and I'll show you more. This ought to work good. I doubt it. It might. I might clamp this to the table. All right, let's see if we can get this done. All right, I don't know how this is going to work, to be honest with you, too well. So we're going to give this a shot right here and see how this works out. Yeah, I was afraid them holes might show up. Come on now, let's play friendly. She's not wanting to go up in there too good. Let's try one up here. Here on the edge. Living on the edge, baby. Ouch! I went right into my finger. That felt good. Okay, well let me do the other one, and then I'm going to cut this stuff here like we talked about, and then we'll make sure it all fits. And if it fits, then we're going to clean this up and start putting a little paint, get some paint on it. All right. Now to make this work, these things are already broken off. They would have went all the way through and had nuts on the backside of them, something similar to this. But they're already broke off, so I'm going to cut them off to get that to lay flat down in there. And then that way, it will lay flat down in there like that. And we'll take some screws, some self-tappers, and we'll screw that down in there somehow. We'll figure that out. So now we just got to cut this piece. So, all right, let me get to that. Show you more. So I've decided to go ahead and mount this metal piece and this trim piece because I don't want to, once I paint this, I don't want to be beating it all up, drilling holes, so it'll be fine. I can tape it off. So we're going to take and drill some holes here. Okay. We're going to take, I've got some of these little screws and nuts that I've had in my Fibber McGee's closet for 40 years. And I really don't even know where they came from for sure. But they're going to work for what we need here. Water that out a little bit. Best we can. Get that through there. And they've got them nylon heads on them so that when we tighten them up, they should stay tight. And they won't stick out a lot on the backside to be in the way of anything. So let me get these all bolted in here and I'll show you more. Okay, well there you go. This one, I didn't realize, but this one must be off of a different year because it doesn't fit down in there just exactly right, but you know, it's going to be fine. So we're going to take some lacquer thinner and clean this all up good with lacquer thinner. Same with this one. And then we're going to wipe all of this down with a towel, like a paper towel with some lacquer thinner on it, let it dry. And then we're going to paint it. Same with this. So yeah. And then we'll just have to wait for the red one that I ordered because it's not here yet, like I said earlier. So, all right, show you more. Okay, so we got a little lacquer thinner here, and we're going to get these cleaned up. You know, they're liable to have armor all, or well, they got dirt on them. You can see that. Let's get them as clean as we can, and you know, that kind of stuff. Get down in these crevices and cracks. I mean, you probably won't see that, but this color is definitely green, and we're going to want to go that blue color, you know. So get these all wiped up good, and we still got to tape this off. That's for sure, because we don't want to get any overspray on this beautiful stuff. And then I think I got an idea for this simulated fake wood, because we want to try to clean that up and make it look like wood if we can. So we'll see how that goes. We just get all this cleaned up because we want it to stick as good as it can. So, all right, show you more. Send in the clowns. Oh, I think they're already here, actually. Okay. Pour that one just a little bit long. So we can fix that. Like that right there. Yeah, I'm taping these up. You've seen me tape up stuff before. Use my trusty knife. Get that all tucked in there. Are these going to be perfect? Absolutely not. But you know what they are going to be? Just like brand used, baby. Well, you might know it as soon as I get ready to paint. That rain cloud came back over and the winds picked up. And so, yeah, I don't know how this is going to go, but we're going to give it a shot anyway. I think I'm going to get these places like this and this first. And because I want to make sure everything kind of covers evenly. And I want to remind you guys that if you want to be members of the channel, we have time to time I make out garage top videos, and that goes out to members only. And you do get access to all the videos early. And so, you know, I appreciate everybody who has joined. And if you think you would like to do that, like, please feel free. Hey, why is it so noisy? What's the mufflers on that thing? Alright, let's put a little paint on here. Now I want to get this down in here too, so I'm going to kind of do that. Each one of these. Well, I make it sound like there's a bunch of them. There's only two. But that's two more than we had. I don't want to put too much on there because we want it to dry. All these little nooks and crannies. Have you guys used this upholstery dye stuff before? It's supposed to be for plastic, and I've used it before myself, and boys had pretty good luck with it. Just put some light, thin coats on it. Okay, so let's address a couple of things here on this door before we put it back together. First of all, we've got to round up some hardware that goes here. They're little plastic grommets that slide in here. I think I've got some of them in there. And this thing here is supposed to have a black bushing that goes in here made out of foam. Well, I don't have that, but what I did have was a pool noodle. So I think it's just a little bit long. So we're going to trim that down just a bit. And what that does is that holds that door panel out so it doesn't want to collapse in, because it's just made out of plastic. And so I went and cut this off of one of our pool noodles. Don't tell the wife, because she just bought new ones. But yeah, let's trim this down a little bit. Got my trusty 20-in-1 pocket tool here. I really don't know what it's called. It's got about 20 different things going on in it, so that's why I called it that. But it's probably got a name, but I don't know what that is. There. Let's see if that's better. Yeah, that's better. So that's just going to go on there when that door goes on there. The other thing is I'm going to get my my grease gun, and I am going to put some grease down in here on the mechanisms on both this side and the other side, and I'm going to spray the lock mechanism back in here because I want to put some plastic over this like it would have had in the factory. I've got some back there, and you know, if you remember last winter, that's why I put that piece of leather on here, because I like to froze to death in here because the wind coming through that door is cold. So, and with this 165 thermostat, it don't make much heat anyway. So anyway, let me get all this buttoned up, and I'll show you more. Well, while we're waiting for that to dry, I decided we're going to use the old Craig speaker here, and we're going to mount this thing right in here so that we can plug the other end of it into our PA system on the CB. And then we can holler at all the pretty girls as we drive by. So anyway, that's probably what we would have done when I was, 45 years younger. Oh, well, I know what you're saying. How much speaker wire you need? Well, as Jason would say, all of it. So I know what you're saying. Why don't you just... Why are you hooking that? What are you doing? Well, if I'm going to have a CB in here, then, I want it... Well, I want to be able to use the PA system. I mean, why not? Should be able to do that. It ain't a crime, I don't think, yet. And I'm not going to make this like permanent. Well, I probably should, but I'm not going to. Let's make this a little bit shorter. Oops. We're going to keep making it shorter and shorter. Well, we got lots of wire, so that's good. Yeah, I probably should solder this, but yeah, that's not going to happen. So let's see if we can stick that through there like that, and then we'll give that a good twist. Twist her around there a little bit, and then let's put this one up through here. Are you guys watching this? Can you see this? I don't know if you can see it or not, because I can't see what you're seeing. Not till I go to edit. And then, sometimes, that's too late. Alright, there's that. Let's bend this over a little. Just a skosh. Like so. And we'll screw this back on here. So it looks like it's done right anyway. Now we're going to go plug this into the back of that down there. That might be exciting. Show you more. Brake. Oops, better shut that off. Oh, here we go. Test 1 2 3. Test 1 2 3. I don't hear anything, do you? Check. Breaker. I got that plugged in the right thing. Oh, got it plugged in the wrong thing. I got external speaker plugged in. Hold on. Okay, let's see if that works. Brake. Oh, you got it on. How about PA system? Test 1 2 3.
Hey, darling, we'll be back to pick you up later.
Well, that's what you call a public address. All right, let's see if we can. I only have one of these felt strips, and it's for the passenger side, or what I would call the right side of the vehicle. So let's see if we can get this in here. And it ain't even all there. The piece that goes here is missing. But a little bit of felt's better than none, I guess. And I want to put. I have one of these, which is the little chrome ring that goes in here. Let's see if we can get. Boy, that thing's not wanting to go in there, is it? I think. Take some screws here. These have got little grommets that are supposed to hold them in down here. I don't think they're much grommeting anymore. Let me get some new one of these and see if that works better. Well, I found 3, so that'll get this side because we just need 2. I think they're just a little bit longer, but let's see if they'll work. We can get them down in here. It's kind of hard to get your fingers down in there, to be honest with you. Huh. This video's taking forever. What the heck? I need a third hand down in there and I ain't got one. You ever have that problem? There we go. Got one of them pushed through there. Let me see if I can get this other one in. Well, I got them in there. Now will they snap in here? Will she go in? Oh yeah, look at there. Went right in just like it was supposed to. There. Now we got to get the screws put in here. Rounding up the hardware for this thing is half the battle, that's for sure. But you'll have that from time to time. Well, let's pull this tape off of here and paper. See how our tape job did. Okay, there's that. Now we need to do something with this. And I'll see once what we can come up with for that. Because I'm not sure. I want to put something on this to make it look good again. Anyway, alright, show you more. Okay, what we got here is Denny's Dark Walnut. No, Dark Wild Cherry. Sorry. Take a little bit of this. It may not do anything. Nah, not really. Well, it was worth a shot. It's just sun faded out. What that is it's like a vinyl sticker that was put on that metal. And kind of like my old Pinto, it had wood grain down the side of it. It was like that. So, all right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and do that side, but I don't think it's really doing much. So. Well, this is the side we actually had to make all the pieces and modify this and everything. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but we're going to see here on these clips on here. There we go. Got one there. Let's put one down there. Excuse me, supposed to be the plastic one, but I don't got none of these. None of those. I got some of these metals. Alright, let's see here. Do that all day. Come on now. What do we say? Let's be friendly. So we can friendly too. Okay, these are holding us popping in there. Let's see. Come on, just a little bit. Something is keeping us from going down in there. bent, and I may have bolted out too much. Let's see if we can get the rest of this bolted on here. Get some screws, maybe. You ever get down to the end like this, it's like, where did all these screws go? And where's the one I need? No, I just don't really think that is thin. Something. Let's see. That goes in here too. I don't know what you think that. I only got two of them around here, probably. No. None down here. That's where that's at. Oh, I see it. I see it. Oh, I know how to have my elbow. That sword on that piece of wood there. Nice. Okay, now, get this screw out here. That was a nice butt job on it. Let's get this screw out here. Now, if I didn't want that to stay in there, the thing fell out. Or if I wanted it to stay in there, it fell out. Alright, now I think we're going to here. That's somewhat good. Let's get this thing put on there. I don't have the little chrome thing for that. Well, as you can see, they're on here. Got the one on the other side now. I don't have the window crank on because I got to have one of them little C-clips, and I got to wait for that other one to come in there. Referring to the armrest, that is. So, you know, like this. But, you know, hey, yeah, it looks pretty bad. You can see someone cut a hole in it. But, hey, it's a lot better. I mean, I've been driving this thing a year and a half now with nothing. So I'm excited about that. We still got a lot of stuff to do before Power Tour. I want to go look at the brakes again before I go, because there's still a noise when you step on the brakes. And I know I've got those metallic pads, and maybe that's all it is, but I just want to double check that and make sure that that's okay, or that that's all the noise is. And yeah, we got to change the oil yet. I'd like to set the floats on the carburetor, because I think in hot weather it seems like it wants to, you know, kind of vroom, vroom. And I got a feeling that the float levels are maybe too high and it's splashing over. You know how I'm not a big expert on these Holleys, but I know that if the float level gets too high, it'll kind of cause it to, you know, surge like that. So anyway, I want to look at that, and I don't know, we may pull the plugs on it and clean them and put them back in. I don't know, I ain't sure about that yet, but change the oil for sure. We want to check, we'll grease the front end, and we want to check the drive shaft and check the rear end fluid and check the transmission fluid, you know, all that kind of stuff. So, all right, so I'm not sure, this video should come out right before Power Tour. I don't know, it should be, if I am able to stay on track. I've had a lot of family stuff going on, so videos are a little behind. I apologize for that. So anyway, yeah, thanks for coming along. Be sure and like and share. Check us out on every place else, you know, like Instagram and Facebook and MeWe and X, and you know. I haven't posted anything on Rumble for a while. I wasn't getting any activity on Rumble, so I haven't used Rumble for a while. But there's videos there if you want to go and rumble. So anyway, as always, we're making it just like brand used here, baby.